everyone. Pleasant day to all of you. We are from Team Logistics and we are going to talk about global business environment in logistic industry. Let me introduce my team members. Myself, Sangeeta Bodhi. My team starts with Sanjeev Kadirvel, Bhagyashri Kamvel, Adira Ajay Kumar, Riddhi Gadavana, and Sarah Koskai. So, in this global business environment in logistic industry, we have a couple of agendas to talk about. To start with introduction and followed by features of global business environment, dynamic industry and its market growth, challenges faced by the MNCs, and strategies deployed by MNCs, and conclusion and references. So, to quick introduce about the logistics in global business environment, it is one of the important sector of economy, mainly in innovative ideas that impose in business the country's GDP. It is always determined by the growth and goods of logistic business. As well as we have a couple of main players in this logistic industry in UK. They are FedEx, DHL, DTDC, and UK Mail, Hermes. And we have a couple of other main players as well. So when coming to the competitive advantage, it has increased by several measures of logistic companies in this business environment. Logistic is a part of supply chain management and has recently become substantially more important because of globalization as well as advanced technologies. While the transportation of goods is the primary outcome of logistic service supply chains, providing an integrative and systematic support function that can be addressed the time and place discrepancies in transportation is equally important. So over to you, Sarah.
Thank you, Sangeeta. I'm going to take features of global business environment. I have four factors that I've analyzed with my group. The first one is social factor. Social factor affects logistic industry because it depends with the mobility of the population. The more mobile the population is, the more they increase in logistics facilities uses, and thus it brings more business to logistics industry. Also, we have the social structures. This allows the company to specify and target the audience of the market. We also have the increase in online sales. A higher increase in online sales reflects uh, the higher need of logistics industry. They'll want more things to be supplied from one place to another place. A second factor is geopolitical factor and legal factor. Under geopolitical factors, we can consider regions that have been enclosed and one has to get license, to get customs for them to move products from one place to another. These requirements increases the cost of transportation, thus increasing logistics pricing. Another factor is economic factor. When we talk about the economic factor, we are talking about taxes. Taxes is applied across all countries that logistics are operating in, and these taxes also it increase the development of prices when the logistics company are making their prices on how to supply products from one place to another. The last factor is technological and technical factors. The rate of changes of the technology has brought more room for one to be able to monitor shipments from one place to another. The person can monitor when the person is going to receive the products from a very high place. Rapidity transfer, it can also show how fast one can get products from one place to another place. Thank you. I'm passing it over to Bagia.
Thank you, Sarah. I'll be talking about how dynamic is logistic industry and which nations and regions are growing faster. So, during 2000, logistic has immune to global changes and shakes up. However, in spite of this volatility, the importance and size of logistic industry has continued to grow. And the second thing is the world logistic market reached almost USD 9.96 trillion in 2022. The expansion of the logistic industry is closely correlated with the growth of economy as a whole. E-commerce business is probably responsible for the global logistic market growth. This is because the customers' demand for the online shopping. And then I'll be talking about the nations and regions who are growing the fastest. The world's highest proportion of logistic cluster per geographical area is found in Western and Central Europe. Some of the world's biggest, most well-connected and effective network logistic facilities are found in the United States. Singapore is the largest transshipment hub port in the world. Moreover, top 30 performance as determined by the World Bank Logistic Performance Index are in Western and Central Europe. All except China's are high-income economies and all have established logistic cluster. Then the network of logistic companies are much less typical in low-income nations. If possible, its deployments could serve as an early intervention, economic trigger that help those nations integrate to global value chains. And among the lower middle income group countries, large economies such as India and Indonesia, and emerging economies such as Vietnam stands out as a top performers. This is all about the dynamic industry and its market growth. Now over to Riddhi.
Thank you, Bhagyashree. I'm going to talk about the challenges faced by the MNCs. The first challenge is the rising transport costs. So, rising transport costs is majorly due to the rising prices of the fuel, as we all know, and this is a major barrier for the shippers. Also, the delivery of products is done by the delivery boys or the employees who are working in the company, so they also need to be paid, and they require more payment in their work they are doing. So that is also a barrier to the companies because they have to invest more money. The second challenge is the business process improvement. Post COVID-19 pandemic, the companies like LD are trying to increase the number of workers to improve their online grocery business and to cut off competition from other competitors. And the logistic partners also need to gain more knowledge or experience to look beyond the logistic operations. The third challenge is to provide better customer service. It's the role of the MNCs, but it is a challenge in that they are providing delayed pickups and deliveries. It's being like a big challenge for them, and also the customers really want the quality on time, so that is a challenge. Then we have the fourth challenge, which is manpower management. Many at times, some companies pay less to their workers, which makes workers to go on strike, like Tesco workers who had a strike over the last year in Christmas. And this was a big challenge for the company because it stops running at a point. Uh, Next challenge is the environmental issues. Like we have certain uncertain climatic conditions which really hinder the logistic, like the greenhouse effect. It has become difficult to transport the good at times. The next challenge is technological development. Most of the MNCs these days are machine operative. The companies need to improvise their machine as per the outside competitive companies to stay at the peak. Then we have reverse logistic, which is also a major challenge these days. Since people are trying to purchase products online, there is a need of, like, they want proper quality, and the product should be also on time. So that is being a bit of difficulty because at times customers don't get what they really ordered and they have to return back the product. So over to Adira.
Thank you, Riddhi. So I'm here to explain the strategies deployed by MNCs in logistics industry. So first one is efficient management practices. So prior to executing a new approach, decide what your transport are. That is, logistics goals are one of the main efficient management practice that a logistics industry is followed by, and also improve the routes. When drivers travel further between drops, the cost of delivery increases, as already mentioned by Riddhi in the latest slide, in the earlier slide. Sorry. So encounter difficulties. High gasoline prices are the biggest concern facing the logistics sector. If gasoline prices are cheaper, transportation expensive will probably go up. Then move to variety of techniques. So MNCs in logistics industry employ a variety of techniques, including standardization, localization, outsourcing, collaboration, and innovation to handle the global business environment, and move to promote uniformity. Then standardization entails creating uniform procedures and techniques for users in several nations. Then move to uh, Innovations are in the process of creating a new goods, services, and methods in order to acquire a competitive edge, boost productivity. So boost productivity in the area of logistics is very important. So they implement those strategies for boosting the products and increase the services of the product to various part of the country as well, and raise the consumer happiness. So this is one of the major strategy followed by the MNCs in logistics sector, that is customer happiness. So customer is the king in every market. So they follow the strategy for the customer, and also outsourcing to cut out the cost. So basically, in this sector, costs are very important. So to cut out these costs, rise quality and increase efficiency. Some corporate operations may be outsourced to outside service providers. So this is basically to improve the efficiency of the system. So with the cost effective and the quality and the increase of the efficiency of the products is the major role plays in the strategy in logistics sector. And now to the collaboration entitles join up with the other businesses. Collaboration entitles joins up with the other business to benefit from their knowledge for resources and lower rates. So these are the major strategies followed by the MNCs in the logistics sector. Thank you. And now to Sanjay.
For conclusion, lower production cost, core goals of a corporation, exploitation of comparatively advantage, finding lower cost inputs. A standard approach where going on to international market can reduce input costs such as labor or grant access to broader pool of resources. Price stability, low cost relation take account of price changes in raw materials and parts. Risk of relocate long-term investment to take advantage of conditions can change in the short term. So price stability, input costs can change very recent, such as variation in exchange rate, resource scarcity, and a change in labor cost. Product quality, performance, service, and maintenance. So product quality, offering consistency in product quality allows a multinational corporation to remain competitive. Logistics flexibility, adapting to change in demand confers an advantage. Market demands are regularly subject to change demands such as seasonally and shows. Being able to respond rapidly to such an event allows to corporation to remain continuously offers goods on markets. So next reference. These are the references. Thank you.